Style and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense. Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neo, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Hello, this is Business Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, International Monetary Fund raises its forecast for Nigeria's economic growth to 3.4%. Power generation crashes as electricity on the national grid falls by 903 megawatts. African Development Bank approves equity investment of 9.8 million euros to support African tech startups. World Trade Organization urges governments to address inflationary pressures heightened by global supply chain challenges. Hello again, and thanks very much for joining us. Here are business stories making headlines at this hour. I'm Michael Nath. The International Monetary Fund on Tuesday raised its forecast for Nigeria's economic growth in 2022 to 3.4%. It said the increase in oil prices has lifted growth prospects for the country. The IMF had earlier projected that the Nigerian economy will grow by 2.7% in 2022. The IMF stated this in its April World Economic Outlook report released as part of activities at the ongoing IMF World Bank Spring Meeting in Washington. It said growth in sub-Saharan Africa is projected at 3.8% in 2022. However, it said global growth is projected to slow from an estimated 6.1% in 2021 to 3.6% in 2022 and 2023 respectively. This is 0.8 and 0.2 percentage points lower for 2022 and 2023 than in the January World Economic Outlook update. It said beyond 2023, global growth is forecast to decline to about 3.3% over the medium term. Nigeria has opted out of a global tax deal negotiated under the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, G20 Inclusive Framework on Base Erosion and Profit Shifting. BEPS refers to corporate tax planning strategies used by multinationals to shift profits from higher tax jurisdictions to lower tax jurisdictions or no tax locations where there is little or no economic activity, thus eroding the tax base of the higher tax jurisdictions using deductible payments such as interest or royalties. Kenya, Pakistan and Sri Lanka also opted out alongside Nigeria. Nigeria's position was predicated, among others, on the unreliability of the economic impact of the deal for developing countries. The OECD estimates that countries lose $100 to $240 billion worth of revenue annually to BEPS practices, which is the equivalent to 410% of the global corporate income tax revenue. The deal set out to introduce a global minimum tax rate and new profit relocations rules, which aims to give countries a fairer chance to collect tax revenues from multinational enterprises operating in or generating revenues from their jurisdictions. Now, the latest figures on Nigeria's power grid performance released on Tuesday showed that the quantum of electricity generated on the grid had continued to fluctuate as it fell by 903 megawatts on Monday, April the 18th, 2022. Nigeria's electricity grid has been characterized by some sort of instability lately, witnessing about 4 different grid collapses in less than 2 months. A document on the country's 24-hour grid performance obtained from the Federal Ministry of Power in Abuja on Tuesday showed that the fluctuation of electricity generated on the grid had yet to abate. It was observed that while peak power generation on the grid at 22:00 hours on April 17, 2022 was 3,829.7 megawatts, it crashed to 2,926.8 megawatts at 03:00 hours the next day. The World Trade Organization has urged governments and multilateral organizations to work together to facilitate trade to address inflationary pressures heightened by supply chain challenges due to the war in Ukraine. Indeed, the WTO projected that Russia's war in Ukraine could almost have world trade growth this year and drag down the growth of the global gross domestic product as well. According to the WTO, restricting trade will threaten the well-being of families and businesses and make the task of building a durable economic recovery from COVID-19 difficult. The trade body noted that the most immediate economic impact of the crisis has been a sharp rise in commodity prices. In Nigeria, headline inflation continues to spike due to the impact of rising oil prices and food. It explained that despite their small shares in world trade and output, Russia and Ukraine are key suppliers of essential goods, including food, energy, and fertilizer supplies, which are now threatened by the war. Grain shipments through Black Sea ports have already been halted, with potentially dire consequences for food security in poor countries. The WTO said that the Russian invasion had not only created a humanitarian crisis of immense proportions, but had also dealt a severe blow to the global economy. It also said that in the longer term, the conflict could even spark a disintegration of the global economy into separate blocks. The Geneva-based global trade body issued its first analysis of the impact of the war ahead of its annual World Trade Forecast report on Tuesday. Minister of Mines and Steel Development Olamilekon Adegbite has said that the ministry is open to collaboration with Belgium to develop the mining sector. He said this is part of the efforts of the ministry to build a vibrant mining sector as part of the plans to diversify the economy. The minister disclosed this while receiving the Belgian ambassador Daniel Bertrand during a visit to the ministry in Abuja yesterday. He said a Canadian company, Thor Exploration, has started producing gold in commercial quantities through the Segilola gold project in Osun State. Adebite, in a statement issued by his special assistant on media, Ayodeji Ademi, revealed that the country looked to export barite to some African countries. According to him, this will save us millions of dollars spent on importing barite every year and create jobs while leading to skill acquisition in some specific fields. The minister added that Nigeria is also looking at the possibilities of eventually exporting barite to other African countries to earn revenues. The Central Bank of Nigeria sold a sum of $18.03 billion in forex to various FX windows in 2021, representing an 18.6% decline when compared to the $22.16 billion sold in 2020 and a 36.9% drop as against the $36.9 billion recorded in 2019. According to information gathered from the Apex Bank, the decline is following stringent FX liquidity concerns ravaging the Nigerian economy since the COVID-19 pandemic struck in 2020. Also, the decline could be attributed to the halt in the sale of dollars to bureau de change operators in July 2021. The central bank has been funding a huge chunk of Nigeria's FX obligations in a bid to maintain stability in the local currency. The currency has continued to depreciate at the black market on the back of sustained increased demand for FX and dwindling forex inflow. Former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso has decried the poor state of the economy and the agri sector, which according to him is a reflection of poor leadership on the part of the President Muhammadu Buhari's led administration. In an exclusive chat with iBrandTV, the national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, however, highlighted the ways to resolve the avalanche of problems confronting the agri and the manufacturing sectors in Nigeria.
You see, the solution to what we have is summation of all what I told you. Look at farmers, what do they want? First of all, they will tell you fertilizer, because over the years, all these crops we have, all the seeds and seedlings were introduced to fertilizer. It's not their fault. When I was a child, there was nothing like fertilizer. I was alive when fertilizer was introduced in northern Nigeria, but we had crops long before my grandparents. They are planting it, using local manure. When it came, it was even free. They are bringing it to my father in my district to distribute. But now they are being introduced, these things. If you go and plant maize now without putting that element of fertilizer, you are just wasting your time. You just come up like this, you see it flowering, before you know it, it's dead, it's finished. So there must be fertilizer. The cost is so exorbitant, and things cannot continue like that. Now farmers, nobody wants to go and be doing what my grandparents have done, working manually as laborers in the and that's why our children are not going for farming. No value addition in terms of technology. People will be happy with tractors on the farm. If they cannot get that, maybe use animals so that they can double or triple their own output, and so on and so forth. People want to go to schools. People want to do what everybody is doing. We are all human beings. Only that one can argue that this one comes from this family today, or the other one comes from the other family. But we are all human beings. If somebody slaps you or any other person, they'll feel it. But leaders don't understand that. Now, unless you go and cater, give hope to people, give jobs to young men and women, you still continue to have people who will be taking drugs, and drugs are not even controlled in this country. Everybody is just there. I know some places, somebody was telling me that in all the markets they are selling drugs like they sell beans or maize. It's using pan, to sell. They're not talking of expiration date, because they are just things that are there to kill the Nigerians. So you have to correct the politics. If you win, you look back and see people who supported you and make sure that you give them opportunity to improve their CV, to earn a living, and so on and so forth. You have to look at economy. We cannot continue importing everything. Some will say even toothpick. Why do you have to do that? This electricity is not going to be a miracle. We have been to almost everywhere in the world. Some people have overcome that. We are not inventing anything. It's just to do what other people have done. We are not going to invent electricity. Somebody has done that a long time before now. We are not going to invent how to do road. What is difficulty in road as a civil engineer? Is it to identify the material to put on the road? Is it the compaction? Is it the material to lay? What? In my opinion, we don't need even people from elsewhere to come and do. These are things that we can do. I can do it, if not because I'm in this business. This is what I learned long before I came into this. I was the project manager of Chala Gorge Dam, one of the biggest in this country, before I left service, civil service. So we can do it. I was in craft school, I was in technical school, I was a fitter machinist. I worked in many industries in Kano. I was in Raka and Chaka, I was in S-Raka, I was in Reka itself. Producing, fitting and machining, using lathe machines, shaping machines, drilling machines, all sorts of machines to produce missing parts or damaged parts. Why do I have to bring things from elsewhere? Our boys are still there. They can do it. Now we have gone bad to the extent that most of the things that we do, like POP, like even laying granite or tile or anything, we have to get people from neighboring countries. Okay, what of Nigerians? What are they doing? They're in the villages and towns and cities just taking drugs. Not because they want to do it, but the circumstance. That's why we built 44 technical schools in Kano, to train them locally. So, you see, all these things must be done. And people, leaders must see everybody as their own. Whether it's the same party with you or in an opposition party, once you are president or governor, they are all yours. You are the president of the country, not president of your party. You are the governor of the state, not the governor of your own party. You bring in people, give them hope. What we have today is that whoever becomes president or governor, all others who are in other parties are his enemies. The only people he likes are people in his party. And even them, he'll take small chunk, small percentage. All others are angry. So that's the beginning of the problem. The politics itself must be right. So you have to look at all this. Now, for Naira, it's going down. The first time I was in the UK, in 1981, 1 Naira is more than $1. That's my BTA. What of now? If you know it yesterday, today you have to ask. It's not appreciated, it's always going down. You have to stop that. Everything you see around is imported. We have to stop that.
You're watching Business Now on iBrandTV Lagos. We'll take a short break now and come back with more. Stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Welcome back to Business Now on iBrandTV Lagos. Nigerians traded at least 316.9 billion naira in Bitcoin in 2021, despite the Central Bank of Nigeria's restrictions on cryptocurrency transactions and the nation's banking system. Last February, the CBN directed banks in the nation to desist from transacting in and with entities dealing in cryptocurrencies. It also mandated banks to close the accounts of persons or entities involved in cryptocurrency transactions. To make sense of this development, Gospel Obele, CEO, Street Economics, joins me via Zoom interview. Hello, Gospel. Thanks very much for joining us.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Report has it that Nigerians traded at least 316.9 billion naira in Bitcoin in 2021. This was despite the federal government's restrictions on crypto trading. How do you explain this craze over cryptocurrency by Nigerians?
So first off is just to further solidify that there's a huge digital savvy market, first and foremost. Secondly, is also to identify that there is a huge market for risk hedging. When it comes to the Naira is devaluating, the Naira is falling and failing, what other options can we do business in? Thirdly, there is also a huge market for, in terms of alternative financing, to business services and products and all of that within and across borders. So take, for instance, an SME who does a lot of importation has to go through the hard work of, sourcing for foreign exchange. So the crypto serves as a very good alternative, to financing, for import financing and the like. So it cuts across those heavy three blocks, and then plus and minus unnecessary capital inflows as well. But the bane of the conversation is that there is a growing and thriving digital market. There's a growing and thriving market for digital currencies. So that conversation is a potential force for good if correctly deployed by the apex institution. I'm not talking about through e-Naira now, but in terms of proper regulations, proper innovation, proper onboarding, and all of that. If all of those dynamics are done correctly, it's a great potential for helping to advance Nigeria as a frontier market when it comes to digital currencies, and all of those dynamics. But what we're seeing is that the body language of the central bank has been trying to oppose or seeking to forcefully regulate, or through a form of coercion and all that. And the trick is this: you cannot properly or correctly regulate what you do not understand. And I was seeing over time that the central bank has, instead of seeking to understand what this innovation is about, the pros and cons of this innovation and how to best deploy and manage, the central bank has sought to roll out policies that has, sort of like seeking to fight against the development of this crypto initiative. But then again, the youths are unstoppable, and that market thrives heavily on the digital economy, which you cannot really tame, in terms of just policy and all that. So that's what we find ourselves in, and it has a huge potential for monetary and financial systems development if deployed correctly.
Now, since crypto trading is persistently gaining acceptance, that's widespread acceptance and popularity, why doesn't the federal government deem it fit or wise to leverage on its popularity and stability and improve our economy?
Yes, I mean, that's a very, very intense and interesting question at the same time. And that's primarily because, first and foremost, you want to look at what's the political ideology around people and systems productivity. And a government who doesn't thrive, who doesn't have a positive ideology around how systems can evolve, be better productive, and, best use of technology, may not be able to maximize opportunities for innovation as well. So that's a major challenge that we found here. the government of the day, not just of the day, but even the political economy, on a landslide, do not seek to encourage more productivity. So any innovative practice, especially in the best use of technology or the digital space, is the first point of the first language is to kick out or to fight against than to enable, encourage, and scale. So these are the critical challenges and issues that we are facing. And we're also seeing that in how, policies around managing social media, building tech hubs, scaling technological startups in non-oil. And we've also seen how policies around that space have been rolled out and has been used as a lot of times disenabling weapons, and not really as though there's a plan to enable and scale and all that. So we don't have that ideology or the culture to embrace innovation, understand innovation, and maximize the opportunity that these innovation presents to us to scale potentials for growth and development. So that's a major core of what we've seen in the crypto space, and in terms of why the government seems to be fighting it. We are not an open, innovative-driven market in the first place. So we don't expect anything on the positive from the government of the day.
Now, recently, the Central Bank of Nigeria imposed a 1.31 billion naira dollar penalty on 6 banks for facilitating transactions in crypto. Now, are you satisfied with this penalty? Is it not heavy enough, or is it less? Or perhaps, would you think it shouldn't have been in the first place?
Well, I mean, quite honestly, it's just like a case of, when a policy is being rolled out of poor understanding, when policies are rolled out in rush, when policies are rolled out to counter, against productivity, what you find is that because growth is happening due to the resilient nature of what that policy is seeking to fight against, you will now have further situations where, the policy itself will create leakages in the sense. And in the course of doing that, the central bank can only, or the apex institution in this context now, can only seek to introduce further policies to further suppress, or, just to prove a point or another, or to seek to and all of finding banks and financial institutions who seemingly went against the February policy. And to a very large extent, it shows that we are not still dealing with the right problems, because a lot of times, on one end, it may not be the bank's fault, because the central bank does not even have correct information as to what's the weight of accurate transactions, crypto transactions that runs through the financial monetary market. That's number one. Secondly, the commercial banks don't have enough data or are not correctly tracking to know where transactions are coming from. I mean, people who get into all these cryptos and even forex-related investments and engagements, they have a way of hiding transactions behind, in terms of the description of those transactions. Now, they can label a transaction in a particular way. There are many ways people are beginning to think of how to outsmart, descriptions and transactions through the conventional bank pipeline. And because the banks do not have a form of intelligence to identify which transaction is crypto-based, or probably they're just paying a lip service towards that, that in its entirety constitutes, some form of that further renders the central bank's policy useless. So in the first case, in my own opinion, would be, first of all, we need to go back to the drawing board to seek to understand how much of fines can we keep throwing out of the window in the name of commercial institutions who went against the central bank policy. All right, so I think we need to look for a much more intelligent and sustainable approach to dealing with the problem at hand, which is a lack of understanding of what's going on, a lack of ability to identify the leakages that exist, and how well we can collaborate to correct these dynamics in the first place, than seeking to use institutional power to enforce policies that at the end of the day would not still scale any form of positive change or sustainable development when it comes to innovation.
Well, thank you very much, Gospel, for your time and thoughts on the show.
Thank you for having me as well. Thank you.
Now, still to come, the International Monetary Fund advises governments to impose capital controls on crypto and traditional assets. Details of this and more after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Business Now. Now to Africa Scene. The Board of Directors of the African Development Bank has approved an equity investment of 9.8 million euros to support venture capital investments in African startups from seed to growth stages. The equity investment, 7 million euros, will be sourced from the African Development Bank's resources, while the additional 2.8 million euros will be provided by the European Union through the partnership with the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States. The investment will help Cathay Afri Invests in Innovation Fund meet its target of securing 110 million euros to invest in over 20 early-stage ventures across sub-Saharan Africa. The Innovation Fund focuses on financial inclusion of financial tech and insurance tech, retail and logistics platforms targeting online mobile consumers, healthcare, technologies, or pay-as-you-go ecosystem and off-grid energy technologies. African startups attracted a record 5.2 billion euros or $1 billion venture capital last year, bouncing back from a pandemic-induced dip in 2020 with a nearly five-fold increase in investments, according to data released by an industry group on Tuesday. The success of companies like Nigeria's Paystack, acquired in 2020 by U.S. payments firm Stripe, and fellow fintech Flutterwave, valued at over $3 billion, has fueled international interest in up-and-coming businesses on the continent. The data compiled by AVCA showed the financial sector accounted for 60% of the investment by value and nearly a third of deals by volume. Nigeria, a hotbed of new fintech firms, was the leading destination for venture capital in Africa last year, surpassing South Africa, the continent's most developed economy. Foreign scene now. While the war in Ukraine continues to raise concerns over sanctions evasion, the International Monetary Fund says the governments should ensure they have the ability to impose capital controls on crypto and traditional assets. Citizens of countries that are crisis-hit, like Greece and Argentina, might be restricted from using bitcoins, as well as withdrawing cash from ATMs or using foreign currency. According to IMF, there should be a review of foreign exchange and capital flow management laws and regulations, even if crypto assets are not formally financial assets or foreign currencies. The IMF admits that Bitcoin transfers are impractical and warns that some would-be users are turning to less scrupulous services or using other methods like mixers in order to evade sanctions. Most Asian share markets advanced on Wednesday following overnight gains on Wall Street, but trading was choppy as investors grappled with high U.S. yields and China's cautious economic policy response to pandemic lockdowns. In a sign of a strange mood, the Japanese yen gained on the dollar, having fallen nearly every session in the past 2 weeks and repeatedly setting fresh 20-year lows, while spot gold fell 0.5% to its Okudongo.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution
nationwide. Phone number 081 63974447, 08035644436, 07066638213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you sabi cook the banga, you're not going to enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense. Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neo, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners. Best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming through unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your through unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix through unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. Through unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your through unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion, at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. Tix includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081-323-43262, or you can send an email to alero.ogudere@ibrandtv.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on iBrandTV, where business comes first.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for now. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do now, make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yum yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081-6397-4447, 080-3564-4436, 070-6663-8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you sabi cook the banga, you no go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense. Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. That ideal solution. I found a solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neo, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery.
You're watching iBrandTV Lagos, and this is Business Now. Now continue with foreign news. Most Asian share markets advanced on Wednesday following overnight gains on Wall Street, but trading was choppy and investors grappled with high US yields and China's cautious economic policy response to pandemic lockdowns. And a sign of the strange mood, the Japanese yen gained on the dollar, having fallen nearly